Whoa, excuse me. I am outside. There's frost on the ground. It says that it's 31 degrees out, so I have my heavy coat on because I didn't want to chance, getting cold. And also I'm standing up because I didn't want to be on the cold cement of my front porch. So let me pray and then I will start. Okay. God, I thank you so much for your love. I thank you that you are always with us. I thank you for these moments. I thank you for your sun shining. I ask you please be with whomever may come across this. May they hear and see your love above all else. And may they know that you are with them. Open our hearts, our ears, our eyes, our minds to receive the words, God, that you are speaking to each of us individually. May they be planted into good ground so that we can bear good fruit in you. Amen. Okay. Day 73. 1 Corinthians 16:14. Do everything in love. I have a tendency to overcomplicate things. When it comes to the best way to approach life or problems, I can easily add 1,000 different, well-meaning, quick tips or series of steps to the pile of ideas. And then, over time, I get bogged down. I wonder which one is right. I can't remember them all, and I realize I've probably made things too hard. This tendency in myself is why I just can't get enough of this verse in 1 Corinthians. When in doubt, do everything in love. When you make a mistake, respond to yourself in a loving way rather than a self-shaming way. Wow, I love this. When you make a mistake, respond to yourself in a loving way rather than a self-shaming way. When in doubt, do everything in love. When someone else makes a mistake, respond to that in love as well. When we work, when we play, when we meet with friends, when we meet strangers, when we cook, when we apologize, when we face hardship, we don't need 1,000 strategies or quick tips or complicated steps. We have a better way, a simple way. We can approach it all in love because that's the way of God. I don't know what you are facing today, but I do know this. No matter what it is, the way forward is love. The way forward in everything is love. Gosh, what a beautiful devotional today. 1 Corinthians 16:14, do everything in love. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I was just thinking, this is like written from my heart. Do everything in love. We're human, but we make a mistake. Respond to ourselves in a loving way. Okay. In what ways do you overcomplicate things? I don't know. In what ways do I overcomplicate things? This is me really having a moment of contemplation because I'm not sure. Do I overcomplicate things? What did she list? Quick tips, series of steps, pile of ideas. Huh. Would that be overcomplicating things? Sorry, or pardon me, I'm just thinking. I have actively tried to, I think, is it overcomplicating if I like the expectations I have of uh, certain things or certain people, of like, I don't know. I don't know if that's overcomplicating. Maybe it's overcomplicating for me because I have to learn to let it go. What I'm thinking of is that like people that I have to interact with, that I have to expect things from, I can get frustrated when, like, you know, I've given the series of steps, like this is what's required, this is what it's expected, and or what is needed, and it's constantly forgotten. And so I think that I have learned to weigh what is worth my energy, what things actually are required, what things are actually needed. Um, so I don't know if that answers the question, because I mean, yeah, me now. Yeah. Or maybe I overcomplicate things when I'm talking to God about how are you going to do this? How are you going to do this? So maybe I overcomplicate things there. The next bullet point: in what situations is it natural for you to respond in love? Why? Hmm. In what situations is it natural for me to respond in love? I don't know. I think encouraging others, maybe. And even if it's just, um, yeah, I've learned to just say kind words to others. It's something that I did adapt and like become. I was a very shy kid. We moved around a lot when I was a kid, and people often thought I was snotty or stuck up because of my shyness. I just would be really quiet, and people thought I thought I was better than them. That wasn't it at all. I just uh, genuinely was shy and taking in a lot of information. Like, I use that phrase often, taking in my environment. Like, oh my gosh, there's all these new kids and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And mixed in with like noticing my environment. And so I learned to initiate kindness, I guess. Just like, oh, hey, I like your shirt. Oh, hey, I like you look pretty today. Oh, wow, your eyes, anyway. So I think that's become a natural thing for me. I don't know. I feel like this is something that should be answered by people for me. Does that make sense? Because I don't know. I don't know. I guess, yeah. She asked why, and I explained why. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this is a question somebody should answer for me. In what situations feel unnatural for you to offer a loving response? Why? Ooh. You know what? I will say that, like, if someone's being hard on themselves, that is a natural way for me to, I will naturally respond with love. It might be assertive and, direct, but, and that's because uh, I see things deeper than the superficial level. So, like, let's say, and I guess why? Because I know how it feels, because I can do it to myself. It's something I've actively tried to untrain in myself. But why is it my natural response? Yeah, I guess it's that we can be hard on ourselves, and going back to what I was saying, the superficial level is that, like, oh my God, if someone to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid, or oh my gosh, um, I don't know. That's probably, I'll go with that example. Okay, well, you're calling yourself stupid, and it's like, you're not stupid just for a moment of like absent-mindedness, you know? It's like, I don't know. I hope that makes sense, my response. I'm trying to work out my own answers. But the unnatural. So the question was, what situations feel unnatural for you to offer a loving response? Why? What situations feel unnatural? I think the way I describe things sometimes, it's because, anyway, I think if people are trying to be assertive in their negativity, yeah, assertive in their negativity, and I will probably just be quiet and distance myself if I can. Um, um, and it's because, or if that negativity is being unloving, and that's why it's because it's being unloving. It's like, well, how do I respond to this situation? So it's unnatural to me, right? So I ought to be quiet. And so it's like there's loving correction. How do I lovingly say, hey, that thing you're doing is not kind. If it's even warranted, right? If I know that person, because if it's a stranger, then it's a stranger, and I will just separate myself. But maybe I need to start praying for people. I don't know, and asking them to see things in a different light, or help them in their, so the loving way, though, the loving way would be, oh wow, I wonder what's happening in their life. I wonder what has, I hope they're okay. Or, man, they must be really stressed out to be voicing this. Yeah, that would be the loving way. So again, it's because the natural thing was for me to be like, to do like, hey, that thing that you're doing, but maybe is not all right. It's unloving. It's unkind. Judgment, right? Isn't that judgment? That is judgment. Instead to think of what they're going through and why they must be responding in that way, what they're feeling. Okay. In what current circumstance might God be calling you past your default reactions and to instead react in love? How can you take a step toward that today? In what current circumstance might God be calling you past your default reactions and to instead react in love? How can you take a step toward that today? I don't know. That is my genuine response. To react in love. I guess maybe if there comes a time for me to have a calm answer, not to go into defense mode and just instead to respond calmly and quietly, peacefully. Still speak up, but there's a way to do it in love. Yeah. I guess maybe I will answer the second portion of that, the second question, what steps can I take to that, is maybe not going into reactive defense mode, if that's like what my body, like my mind wants to do. Instead to maybe take a breath first and yeah, the thing I'm thinking of is that, like, when, oh shoot, I'm gonna get a splinter again. It's like when you are used to not speaking up in a situation, but then, that situation gets out of control. And so you're like, well, I need to speak up because, if I don't, then they're just going to continue on with their nonsense. But there is a way to speak up where it calms the situation, right? To still voice our thoughts and feelings, right? but to do it in a calm manner so that it calms the situation. So that's what I'll pray for, to help me to pause and respond calmly first, and to not react like knee jerk, that knee jerk reaction. So, okay, the prayer. Lord, help me to know how to do all of life in love. I'm so thankful that you are love and that you live in me so that I have access to limitless love every day. Help me to open myself up first to receive your love and then do everything else as I am resting in your love for me. Amen. Okay, I hope this made sense. And if not, God, please help it make sense for whomever may come across this. I'm going to pray us out. Sorry, I closed my eyes because I was going to start praying. God, I thank you so much for your love. I thank you that you are love. Because you are in us, we can then share your love with others. I ask that you help us to know when it is that help us to realize when it is that we are acting not in love, and help us to do better. Help us just to understand that in our humanness, we are lacking, but through you, God, you make up the difference. And so I just ask that you please be with whomever may come across this. May they feel your love with them today. May they know your love. May they start having flashes of understanding to know that what your love is like. Help them to feel it in their tangible space, God, and just protect them in their coming and going. Amen. Okay, thank you so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. I do. Thank you for your time and attention. I love you. I love you. All right, have a good day, night, evening, morning, whatever it may be.